Hey guys, it's Rachel Feldman and Michelle Ellis. We wanted to jump in today and talk about how to create a very simple funnel. When I was first coaching, I wish I understood this because what I did know and what you should know is your niche. It's very easy in the beginning stages to want to be everything, but I really want you to think about what you want to be known for and who ideally you want to work with. I wish looking back that I had understood the power of a funnel because what I did is I did a lot of list building. I knew my niche, I knew my sub niche. I had niche specific and sub niche specific freebies, but what I didn't do is follow up. That's why I have Michelle here to talk about how essential that follow up is. And then we're going to talk about how to create your first simple funnel.
Yeah. So, if number one, you should know your niche, right? You want to know if you're in weight loss, if you're in gut, anything like that. You want to know exactly who your ideal client is and what problem you solve for them, because your freebie, your opt-in freebie, whether it's, an e-guide, a workbook or a checklist or a workshop, even, you should know what problem it's there to help solve for your ideal client. So, if you're in weight loss, let's say, maybe it's like weight loss drinks or skinny drinks or, the little black dress challenge I remember, you have on the website, for coaches. So really just knowing like what you're putting out there and to do it so simple where you have just an opt-in form, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It should just be easily accessible, and then on the thank you page, deliver the goodies, whatever it is. But then continue the conversation in emails. At least 5 is great,
They're
um,
opting into your email list. And guys, just with your opt-in page, it's also called a landing page. You might hear that name. You can do this on your email marketing system. I have a lot of people who ask me, should I do
yeah.
this on my website or should I do this on my email marketing system? If this is your signature freebie, I do love having that opt-in page on your website because you're driving traffic to your website and you're building that SEO for yourself. But you can always have them on your email marketing system. I love MailerLite. I think that's very easy for coaches. And I love ConvertKit because it's less expensive than
Yes,
Active.
I use.
It really can grow with you. All right.
Mhm.
So you're talking about the follow-up sequence.
Yeah. So you want to be able to, one, you always send like a confirmation email, and it should also be like a welcome, who are you? Right. So whether you want to invite them to the next step, right, in the relationship. So it's like, great, you signed up for this. I'm so excited. Here's the delivery of it. But wait, like, let's keep being, in communication together. Let's stay friends, share your social media links for them to follow you. If you have a Facebook group, get them in there. If you have any kind
But you
of
want to build that community. I think the biggest thing, guys, when you're thinking about building your visibility, is you want to build that community and bring them places where you're going to, of course, nurture them. That's the whole point why we're talking the emails right now, or even a Facebook group. You want to bring them into a community where you're going to nurture.
Yeah. And then, once you have them in there, right? And they're getting these emails from you, like the next one is like, well, who are you? Why do you do what you do? Share some testimonials from clients, share, what you have available. If you're doing like free health discovery sessions, offer one of those in one of the emails. So create that opportunity for them to continue, growing with you as a person and getting closer to you so that you can take them from someone who has no idea who you are to someone who can trust you enough to invest in your health coaching. So
And
it's really important to follow
typically,
up.
Michelle, would you say typically this is like 3 or 5 emails? We have
Yeah.
indoctrination series and we have follow-up sequences. What would you say are the big difference between the indoctrination to a follow-up? And when should somebody actually have the indoctrination versus the follow-up emails?
Yeah, I think you should have a signature freebie where you attach your indoctrination to. It's also great, like if somebody is just signing up for your email list or for something like that, add the indoctrination sequence in there. And then you should have specific nurture sequences for your freebies. So, like maybe your signature freebie is on gut health, right? But you still have 2 other ones, one on clean eating, let's say, and, one on adrenal fatigue or something. You should have specific nurture sequences that pertain to that specific problem that they opted in for. And the difference with the nurture is more so you're continually giving them value in that, whether it's like additional recipes or like these little mini blogs in there,
Right.
that it's more information and value. They're more value packed, which also helps. You could even take them from a nurture sequence to an indoctrination sequence if you wanted to elongate that sequence. So, and vice versa. So really, you just want to be able to make sure that everything's in alignment in terms of the messaging. So if you're doing a nurture sequence, it needs to be applicable to the opt-in that they opted in for. So just make sure that you're consistent in your messaging.
And I think that brings us to the next part, which is you're either leading them to a discovery call to get to your lower ticket option or your higher ticket, or you're leading them to a low ticket program. But you have to know what that signature offer is, because that signature offer, that freebie, should be the mini step, no matter what format: workbook, PDF, planner, workshop, masterclass, checklist, quiz. That should be the mini step to the program. So can you talk a little about how somebody can identify that program if they don't know where to start?
Yeah, think about the problems that you're, like, the symptoms. What is your ideal client actually going through physically, emotionally? Like, what are they really experiencing? What's affecting them on a daily basis, this major problem that they have, and then look at to choose your niche. Yeah, and what's the overarching big problem that,
Right.
if it was solved, could wipe out all of those symptoms on that list. If they could just fix this one thing about their health, then they would feel 1,000 times better, and focus on that and keep that going with your messaging. And it also help you look at your sub niches. Like, okay, so now I'm, focusing on like gut health, right? But maybe they also have another problem of weight gain, right? So you might
Right.
want to talk a little bit about weight loss as
Well,
well,
I
right?
think of
So,
our program, our hormone weight loss program, which is like really hitting on the niche of hormone, but it's also hitting on the sub niche of weight loss, or it could be the niche of weight loss hitting on the sub niche of hormone.
exactly. And that's really, so it's important to know who you want to coach, is it the busy mom who needs to lose weight? Is it, someone in their mid 40s, or, the hormones are like starting to get out of whack and they just can't
Right.
fix it no matter what they tried. So like really knowing who that person is and who you want to attract, because that's what the whole thing is, right? With opt-ins and programs and everything, is you want to get the right audience in so that you can coach the right person. The best way to do that is to know who that is first, and then you can make sure all of your offers are in alignment with that, of what they want and what problem you're there to solve for them in a holistic way compared to all the other stuff they're trying out there. Yeah.
Guys, so make sure when you're thinking about creating your funnel, you have your opt-in. I do love, this step of knowing your niche, knowing your sub niche, making sure that you know your ideal client, do your market research, get people on the phone, make sure that you understand your ideal client's problems, what solutions they're looking for, and the reason they buy. So when you're thinking about your freebies, have your indoctrination series or follow-up, as we talked about. Lead them to a discovery call or that low-cost problem. Remember, that discovery call, you can always lead them to a low-cost offer and then upsell them from the low-cost offer to your higher ticket. But make sure that you have your sequences right so that you have that follow-up, because the fortune is in the follow-up. All right, guys, we will see you later. Have a good one.